Clay, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure. Now, we interviewed you a couple of years ago. Tell us what's happening to Galileo and what you've been doing since then.
You know, Galileo's gone through terrific growth in the last few years. Our platform is perfect for powering today's fintech, and as we look at the fintech market, especially in the U.S., there's been enormous success there. We're powering about 20 to 35% of all fintechs there today.
Fantastic.
And as we look at companies from Europe and from the UK that are coming to the US, we've had great success there as well.
And how come?
You know, our platform is really, from an API perspective, well suited to enable outcomes that are driven towards their success. And so that's really what's powering the success right now.
And looking at fintech and the fintech landscape, how has that evolved since we last spoke to you, in particular when it comes to regulation, open banking, open APIs?
That's a great question. I think this tension between innovation and regulation is an important one.
Sure.
And really in Europe and the UK, the regulation has been ahead of where it's been in the US, enabling some of the fintechs. And so we see great opportunity there. In fact, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 40% of all fintech is based in the UK.
Yes.
So it's an exciting opportunity for Galileo to come, to learn, to become familiar with the business partners, the vendors, the regulation that is here, and to be a part of it.
Yes, and is open banking now a model that is being sort of looked at from the US in a way that you want to follow the same model?
You know, that's going to be an interesting question. Does the US actually follow in terms of open banking, the APIs, the PSD2, and everything that EU has done? I'm not the one to actually set that agenda, but it's very likely, very possible that could occur. It's an important initiative. And what we've seen with things like GDPR have been, you know, highly and widely considered in the U.S. in terms of, you know, what's the impact, one, and two, what's the importance. So we think that the EU is doing some very important things here.
And how do you? Yes, and how do you ensure that you make the most of your customers' data?
That's a great question. You know, what we're trying to do is enable our customer, our client, to enable success with their customers. So we're a facilitator, a provider of that, and we really think that the ground opportunity here is in data. That's really becomes the new energy, right? The new oil, so to speak. And so AI plays a very key and important role. Galileo's had tremendous success there. We think that continues to power adjacent opportunities for our customers as they're looking to expand relationships with in turn their customer.
And you mentioned AI there. What are the next steps for Galileo when it comes to growing your company?
AI is certainly a big part of that.
Yes.
We view that several of the initiatives that we've got going on right now, not only in banking and payments, but also in securities, is a big opportunity for us. And the expansion in the international markets, specifically UK and Europe, is also a big and important expansion opportunity.
Fantastic. And how are you finding Paris Fintech Forum? Are you enjoying yourself here?
You know, yes, we've been very much enjoying it. I've been surprised, to be honest. They're going to need a larger venue. So.
Yes. It's so busy.
Laurent's team has done a great job of attracting really what we view as important global and EU leaders to the show. And I would recommend it highly to anybody that's considering wanting to do business in Europe.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.